Hi, this is Professor Huang. I have done a lots of talk in Chinese, but today I'm gonna give a talk in English. Um, this is a video showing the brainwave detection and stimulation machine. The helmet consists of sensors, quantum sensors, pick up the brainwave. And then we also have a stimulation magnetic here. This one actually can move back and forth. And then we have a earphone here, which produce audio uh, stimulation around 20 hertz for the Alzheimer diseases or any other kind of brain neuron issues. So today I want to explain the principle or the working uh, side, like a working principle behind this kind of design. Because there are two kind of school people believe it's useless, but some people believe it's useful. So in order to analyze or get the basic feeling of whether this kind of treatment or assistant treatment works or not, I'm gonna go through a, a little bit physics, the fundamental physics. Okay, let's first look back at this Schumann wave. Because when we come to the treatment of diseases, especially the Alzheimer diseases or cancer or brain issues, there are three kind of medicine. One is like normal Western medicine where you eat the drugs or genomic drugs, whatever. The other one is like a kind of Chinese medicine or acupuncture, massage, or not just because Chinese medicine, every country has it, like Brazil has a Brazil one. Each country, native people, North American native people, they have their own medicine. It's like a traditional, really, really traditional medicine. You, instead of eat drugs, you eat herbs. Or instead of you do operation, cut that brain open, you basically using the sound or magnetic or other kind of things to massages or do the acupuncture. And then there's other one we call the naturopath therapy. Um, I work with my partner, Dr. Gu in California, very deeply into those forest bathing or naturopath uh, therapy. So out of these all three therapy, they have something actually common. So that's what I'm talking now. So Schumann resonance. So Schumann resonance are extremely low frequency, magnetic. It coming from lightning on the Earth. So the Earth has lightning. And then this lightning looks like they're not related, but um, actually it does. How they related? Because Earth has a uh, atmosphere and also have a ionized layer which reflects the magnetic wave, no matter what frequency or what wavelength, kind of traveling around like around the Earth and reflect by this ionized layer. This layer has a 10 times more conductivity to compare with the air. So it's sort of like a mirror. So when the lightning wave hit the ceiling of this layer, it'll bounce back and then it becomes standing wave, sort of standing running around the Earth. And if you look at the thick of this layer of air between the mirror to the diameter of the Earth is actually 1 to 40. 1 to 40. And then if you look at the head, human head, assuming this is a human head, you have the brains there, and then you have a skin covers your head. The skin, the specific skin cover your head where the hair grows. Um, it's also 10 times more conductivity than the rest of the brain. So it's also acting like this mirror. However, the difference is the thick of the mirror is the same at this distance. So if you measure it, it's about the same ratio, 1 to 40, like a one thick of the hair, skin, and then the rest of, obviously the brain has many layers, and not just like the, well, very similar to Earth. Earth has many layers too. So these signal bounce back and forth between each different layer. They end up coming out the different frequency. Like the base frequency is 7 hertz-ish, and that the lightning travels between this mirror back and forth every second. It runs 7 circles, and very similarly, the signal inside the brain also running around the head, sort of like 7 circles. And then you may wondering, hey, wait a minute, the light of speed runs way fast. It does 7 circles. How can it goes to your brain only runs 7 circles? That's a good question. Actually, when the lightning inside the brain are slightly different with the lightning in on the planet. So the lightning in the planet is a pure light. However, the lightning created by brain is not really traveling at the speed of light. Why? Because the neuron section. So each neuron generate the electricity, magnetic field, and when it has to pass over to next neuron, it's like a really racing. Um, it's not the athlete is not running fast. It's the time when you pass the rod to the next runner. It takes a lot of time. Why? Because the neuron, when they pass the signal to next one, is going through the um, ionized uh, element, like the rally metals, like potassium, calcium, lithium. Specifically, when Alzheimer people had the Alzheimer, is because the lithium is missing. It's like a lithium battery. It's like the same battery driving your Tesla car. So when people getting old, the battery is dying. The battery inside the brain is dying. So this element doesn't travel that fast. It's actually traveling at the speed of sound or even slower. Why? Because the sound is same thing. It's not the moving electromagnetic field. It's actually moving of the molecules. So molecules doesn't move that fast. So literally the molecules or ionized element, metal element, which conduct electricity, it moves slowly. So that's why you will be happy if this ion running around your head 7 times a second. You will be really happy if they do that. So combined with this speed of light, so right relatively they end up the same frequency. So if we're using this quantum uh, sensor to pick the brain wave, we find out the brain wave is also 7.8 hertz, very similar. So this is why we believe the magnetic treatment will help Alzheimer's diseases because our brain runs exact the same as the Earth. And if you look at the magnetic exact the same as your heart. So it's the same as your heart. Why? Because this is all natural evolvement. If it's not good, it won't be there. And these are some scientific papers talking about that. These are the Schumann wave, so it's running around Earth. And then there's the same wave running the same way around the brain. Um, same wave running on heart. Heart is a galaxy, and then even same wave running on your kidney. And the helmet we built, we put those sensors and the stimulus um, device, like an audio generator or magnetic field generator, at that acupuncture point, specifically relate to bladder or the kidney. So the Alzheimer diseases, uh, it's related because we have a brain here. We actually have another brain on stomach because your intestine doesn't listen to the brain. It has its own brain. And this part, we put the acupuncture point around that uh, on the head to stimulate those parts and then indirectly stimulate that using a wave. Which wave? It's the Earth's wave. Because human been evolved a million years, or many, many years. So if you count back from the cell, from the fish, it's a long, long time. And during this time, when we were fish, we hearing the same sound. So that's why we're used to it. And then in current market, the most magnetic field stimulation are based on a pulse. So we will do pulse, but our pulse is not like high frequency pulse. We are using a pulse or very similar to the Earth because we want to go back to nature because I'm the naturopath therapy fan. I truly believe that nature can cure a lot of diseases. Um, for example, when the people getting cancer uh, or Alzheimer diseases, these or Lewy body diseases, this the main problem is comes from the fault of the protein. When the older neuron is dead, the new neuron need to be generated. When you generate a new neuron, you check the uh, genomic book from your mom and dad, and then you make a new neuron. When at that time, the protein has to be folded many, many times until it becomes a final product. During this process, a lot of time there's a mistake, something wrong. You folded the wrong way. So the new generated neuron doesn't work as it's supposed to. So by um, stimulate the brain when the new cells are generated, like when it turns from stem cell to the real cell, we put on or turn on a beautiful music, uh, similar as earths are singing in a beautiful music of magnetic field, then those folder process will less tends to be mistake. It's like when you work, this is why Google allow employee bring cat, girlfriend, boyfriend, or the dog into the office because they want you to relax. When you relax, you make less mistakes. The same thing when we generate our new cells, the body need to be in a good condition. So this is the main reason why we promote uh, this kind of machine. The cells come back to how this signal travels inside the brain, because the brain has many different section and then they running on different circles. These are the I asked Google, and Google is telling me, for example, in a study of visual working memory, because Alzheimer disease is a broken memory. The visual cortex beta band peak at the 11 hertz, parietal beta peak at the 15, and the prefrontal beta peak at 19 hertz. Why? Because those wave, like 19 hertz is also Schumann wave. It's created by lightning. So this part controls your emotion, is your front head. And this part is on your top. It's where we put the sensor to pick the brain wave. So on the top running on a 15 hertz, this basically helps you, this section helps you do the imagination or creation, blah, blah, blah. And this part, peak at the 11, it's at the back of your brain. So different brain part hears different sound, Schumann sound. This is again very close to the Earth Schumann sound, just like at the different continental of the Earth, you'll hear a different peak of the Schumann wave. Because why? Because it bounces back between the sky and the Earth. The same thing, the brain wave bounce back and forth between the different section of the brain. It's like a oscillation, microwave oscillation cavity. So there's many cavity inside the brain. So this wave usually, like for example, this 19 wave, Schumann wave, basically stays most in your front head. So when we try to detect the peak or the dip of the wave, we are able to say, hey, this patient are missing a certain kind of brainwave, either positive one or negative one. And then we were using audio to add it on. So the audio, both audio magnetic wave can help on open the ionized channel on the neuron, where these channels, it's basically it's like a pump, pumping the signal inside or change the potential of the neuron cell so that they can firing at the same time. It's sort of like a concert uh, instructor or guider or telling you to fire or not fire. So these are the main reason we're using audio, because audio is a mechanic, because half of the signal traveling inside the brain is mechanic. So this mechanic wave will open or close the gate, will make these brain wave positive, negative, go up or go down, go fast or go slow. So this is the main reason behind this magnetic and audio machine to do the assistant treatment for the brain neuron related diseases. Okay, I will stop here. Thank you.